I was the CMO at Polygon during a rebrand from Matic to Polygon. All of that was under my team and our kit. The company itself, MusicX, and the way our tokenomics are designed, a big chunk, more than 50% of everything is for musicians. Everything is
So hi guys, CryptoWaley has landed here in the Bangalore, and here we are at the Web3 Innovators Nexus event, and we are seeing most of the amazing people as of now, and here we have another guest with us. So introducing with your name, sir. What's your name?
awesome. Lovely to be here. Thank you so much for taking the time out, Rishabh. And my name is Arun Phillips. I'm the co-founder of Something X, or that we now call as MusicX. So we are one of the co-organizers of the event that happened here, the Web3 Innovators Nexus.
Sorry to interrupt. Plus, please mention that what was your previous designation as well, and how do we start our general interviews? We start with when did you get to know about the Bitcoin or crypto space or the blockchain space for the very first time? So start with your journey. Like everybody wants to hear out your journey, like a 3 to 5 minute small journey. Like when did?
Yeah, definitely, man. So I would say I started off buying Bitcoin. That is the first step into crypto. But over the course of my journey, the biggest thing I did.
Give us the time horizon, man. Like, what was the time? Like,
so time started in 2016. Was my first purchase when I was in second year of university, and had a long journey between that, which is too detailed. I don't want to go into that. But the biggest feather in my cap, I would say, is I was at Polygon. Or at that time what it was called Matic. I was the CMO at Polygon during a rebrand from Matic to Polygon. All of that was under my team and our entire sort of amazing people who worked under me and brought this vision. But yeah, I think that was the biggest learning in crypto. And now, we're at this Web3 open music, open mic that we did with Wallet Hunter. It was a lot of fun, and I've been seeing you guys a lot. At not just this event, but throughout ETH India, everywhere. I've been seeing CryptoWaley, so I think I really admire that ethic. I admire that energy. Congrats.
No. Like, what's your brain power as of now? Like, what are you building? Land transition from, like, when did you, like, if we have the time horizon, like, when did you leave that position, that CMO for the Matic, and in between that, what are you building? Just let us know everything.
I left around 2021, late 2021.
That was the time of the top of the market.
It was an interesting time, and then I've been surviving through that market, as we've seen a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But the major thing that I wanted to focus on was really build something for musicians. I think
do you had a background of
So I play some guitar. I do a little bit of singing. But I realized that the more I research this industry, that music is a really broken industry. Musicians are struggling. It's something we all enjoy. Like anyone, like even your life, I can imagine. Without music, life is boring. Life is sad, right? But the people that make this music, they are struggling. It's a horrible.
They cannot do anything unless and until they goes big and they can do their own concerts. Apart from that, like even they get a chance. Sorry to interrupt, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. So whenever I try to understand this industry, so that the part that I get to know that musicians cannot make any money whenever they produce or sing.
You nailed it, right? Like the problem so well, and I think many of us know the problem, right? It's not a very tough problem. We all know this problem exists, but we don't know what to do about it. So I think that's where Web3 comes in. I felt like Web3 presents a lot of opportunities for musicians. We have music NFTs. We have so many other cool ideas coming up now where musicians can really solve some of these problems that they have.
What you guys are building? Like, what are you do you have a plan to solve this problem? Like what?
Yeah, 100%. So I think all this is not released. This is all alpha. This is the first. This is going out. So hopefully it's an exclusive for your viewers. But what we are trying to build is somewhere where you can make money off your music taste, right? If I know today, if I find some musician or I know a musician who I think is going to be the next Arjit Singh or the next Taylor Swift, not everyone has that skill. Maybe some people
can be that they can be the stars of their dreams.
Correct. So you look at any sort of equation, there is the stars, everyone we know, Arjit Singh, Amitabh Bachchan, whoever the celebrities are, and then there's people who make the stars, right? And I would say people like you guys, you guys are interviewing a lot of awesome people on your show, right? You are kind of in that process, you are making a star, right? So in the same way, we're looking at it in a musician lens. There are a lot of successful musicians, there are a lot of successful artists, but there need to be people who make them successful, right? They're fans, and those are their fans. Right now, the fans are not very interactive, they don't have that connection with the artists, but through our platform, you basically get to make musicians stars, right? So you are going to play a very gamified interface when you log on to our app. It's a game, you get a fixed budget, you will have this amount, $100 million as your budget.
Just wait a minute. What type of budget you are talking about?
And this is virtual, yeah. This is not, we are not going to actually give you $100 million. I wish we had $100 million to give each user, but yes, but you get this $100 million of virtual currency that you get to form a team, right? You need to form your team of musicians, just like you form a team of cricketers or you form a team of footballers. Here you are the selector.
So what's the next step? When we create a team, I'm trying to get out the context, what does it gonna mean?
Now you need to create your team. Say you pick your team of 10 musicians. You look at the performance of that team over the next 1 week, right? How many streams did I get? How many listens did I get? How many views did I get? So there's a combination of things that go into this metric. And now your team is stacked against other teams in the world. You'll be competing with your friends, competing with other people who think they have good music taste, right? And the objective at the end of the day is whatever team you form, that team should get the highest number of streams, highest number of listens.
So highest number of streams, when we talk about let's suppose I choose a team, I have created a team of 10 singers, 10 musicians, and the data that you guys are collecting, it's from all over the platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, and everyone.
Exactly, correct. And that's what makes us Web3 is also that metric, that data that's collected from Spotify, YouTube. What to use as the metric is decided by us, our users. So we are not deciding it as a centralized party. It will be a decentralized metric. People can vote to change it if it doesn't work. If you as a token holder can decide, okay, maybe we don't need this data, maybe we need that data. It's 100% transparent, 100% fair.
So how does, I do understand the part of the people that they can, I would say, contribute this by interacting with this, but how the musicians gonna make out of this?
Correct. I think that's a great question also, what are the musicians getting out of this in the first place, right? So whenever you form a team, you have an option to play free games. Those are where you're not putting any money, you're not investing anything, you are playing with your friends. It's for pride. You want to show off that, hey, I have better music skills than you. This is that chance. If you have a higher score on MusicX than your friend, that is clear proof that you have better music taste than it. So that's a fun part of it. The more serious or the paid part of it is where if you're really confident about your team, you think it can compete on a global level, compete with people selecting these artists, you can put money on it. You can basically enter paid contests or paid contests where you're competing with players from all over the world who are putting money on their team. And the top people win,
different type of segments. In the past few years, I would say the fantasies apps have teach us so many things.
Everyone knows it, especially India market. We don't need to training you. Everyone knows here the best. But it's for music. It's a new.
Still, I am not getting the part of it. Because there is one app also of Ashnir Grover that he takes the stance that whenever there is a industry, the cricketer is getting scolded for that he is not scoring runs.
Correct.
But whenever he plays well, he doesn't get a part of it. So you are also trying to
Exactly. So a big part of all this money that's being bet, all of these people are betting on the outcome of the musician. It's on the musician, right? So a lot of the money is going directly to the musician's part of the platform. Everything will be visible in a very clear, transparent way that, okay, this was the total amount that was bet. Out of it, a big chunk goes to the musician. Even if you look at the company itself, MusicX, and the way our tokenomics are designed, a big chunk, more than 50% of everything is for musicians. Everything is, the goal is for this company not to be owned by me or by my co-founders. We want to make a company that's owned by the musicians. That's how I really believe they will come into Web3, because we're doing this for them. I'm doing this for them. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like for example, if a person is playing in these kind of fantasies app, so he can be like he can also earn and lose the money or the amount if he is betting or if she is betting, but so everybody could have a chance of a win-win. For example, the musicians. And now what about the people like the emerging musicians that we were started with our conversation? Because everybody knows the top musicians, so it will be a league like you can only select top musicians and then like tier 2 or tier like not I don't want to tag any special tag to them, but the popular ones, the popular ones or the less popular ones or the emerging ones, so this could be happen in the near future. Like,
and I think that's a very deep question also. If you look at it on some levels, there's a philosophical aspect to it, is how do you decide what is quality music, right? What is the definition of good music?
We could not say that what music is quality or not. We could only say the data or the number, because how many listeners they have or how popular they are. Like, so we could only familiarize with like how like when is the first I would say post has been created by this personality or by any other news platform that media published it, because YouTube or these kind of platforms are the gateways for these kind of I would say the artists.
So I think that that's the crux of the problem also, and then how we are trying to solve it is we want to make it fair, right? At least whatever the current metric is, that is transparent. Everyone knows how things are being decided. And then I think as a user also, now you have a lot of responsibility, right? Like you're basically have to make a team with your constraints. So that's what we are doing, a very intentional design where I cannot make a team of just 10 superstars, The way my budget is, the way the pricing of the players is priced, it's dynamic based on the demand, supply. So if a lot of players are picking one musician, their price is going to be really high, and you have a limited budget to form your team. So there are some constraints, there are some design, ways in which we're thinking about this problem also, and make sure that, and we want the big artists also to be visible, people to have fun, but at the same time we want new musicians, rising stars to be discovered.
Yeah.
So that is how we sort of do it.
We can actually monetize them, and that would be the eye-opening, like because these kind of emerging stars, when they got to know about this platform, so it would be like they would be the biggest marketing person of their platform.
It's the biggest struggle for them. They are the ones struggling the most. So that's what even I hope. I see that a lot of these guys struggling. I'm talking to them daily for this company.
And let's talk about the figures as well. Whenever we go to these kind of fantasies app, the previous model that I know, because I was also involved in these kind of some activities because I got the time and I don't know what to do with it. Then I found the blockchain space. So yeah, just about that. Like generally the companies takes a 20% cut in the winnings.
Correct.
So as you mentioned that you are hoping and planning to distribute the collected amount and distribute to the 50% to the musicians as of now that you are guys planning. So how much percentage that as a company you guys are keeping with you, so that people could have an idea that what's the vision behind your company?
Good. So I think we would keep at least a particular like 5 to 10% as a fee or a percentage. We want to build it like a sustainable company that makes revenue.
Very important.
But the long-term goal is that the sustainable revenue goes into the token. The token is the key. It has hundreds of utilities, and it's the governance token at the same time. So we want the value to go to the token, whatever revenue we make, and then that token should go to the musicians. So that's that cycle of things that I'm seeing.
So when can people have their hands on it, or this is only a web version or as a app version as well? Like, tell us everything.
Yeah, so I think the app is under development. It should be live by next week or in the next 2 weeks.
So in the end of the December, you could say that?
100%, yeah, end of December, and we'll have our initial MVP. We have a lot of musicians on board in our community already. Musicians from India, US, Africa, Australia, all of them sometimes have no idea of Web3, but they're getting into this whole space.
That's I would say crazy.
And bringing them on, yeah.
And what about the team size? Like, for example, the viewers, it's not our channel that whenever we say that buy this coin or buy this project, it could give you 100x returns. We don't do that shit. But most of our viewers are actually the people who are building in this space. They might be developers, or they might be even marketing heads or BDs, even founders as well. So what type of the message, like, do you guys hiring or job opening happening if they want to contribute you guys because they believe in the idea? So how they can reach out to you guys?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like we said, a big part of this MusicX is going to be owned by the community itself, and how we're going to distribute this initially is by the earliest contributors, right? So the earliest contributors will definitely be rewarded with direct access to the company, direct access in building this company from ground up. So we need developers to build cool applications on top of this ecosystem. We need people to educate musicians about Web3.
Yeah,
so if you're good at community, good at marketing, good at explaining things, we need you. If you're a developer, we need you to build cool ideas on top of this. And then mainly if you're a musician or you know a musician, then this is the main platform.
So you need an army of community members so that they can reach out to those musicians as well. Okay, so like how they can reach out to you guys or you personally, like any Twitter, Telegram, social, what are the handles?
Yeah, Twitter, Telegram, everywhere. I'm on the same thing. Arun Phillips, ARUN PHILIPS. You can find me there.
So like they can also reach out to you as well, and as well as the project as well. Like what's the project socials?
Project is MusicX. You'll find it online. But something X or MusicX, depending on when you see this.
Okay. Okay. We will mention in the description as well as in the video as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Like it was. Whenever I interview the people, because I am the very first person who is trying to understand before the viewers, and it blows my mind that people are actually building on something, as he was the part of that team that created Matic / now Polygon, the chief marketing officer, so he can think of the greatest marketing ideas as well.
No, I think I just love the work you guys are doing, and this education is the most common idea for any crypto company, so we should do a lot more things together.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much.
Lovely chatting.
Do check it out.